Fred Green is taking the steps to become our next councilman. Can we give him a round of applause, please? Thank you guys so much. This is a great journey. My big brother is now taking the steps once again. I'm proud of you. Keep going, keep pushing, keep striving. At this time, Mr. Corey Long.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Nasir. As Nasir said, my name is Corey Long, and I'm so proud to be here. I'm just proud of young people like Nasir and Fred for just who they are as individuals. These are fine young men here in our community. I met Fred when Fred was 12 years old. Fred had a suit on similar to that. True story. True story. 12 years old. Not long after I met him, I was involved with a talent show at Chester High School. And Fred sent somebody to get me and to send a message. Could you let him know that Fred Green is here? He's 12 years old at the time. I said, who? He said, let him know that Fred Green is here. At 12 years old in a suit. I knew right then and there he was going to be somebody special. That he was somebody special. Not too long after that, I shared Fred's 13th birthday party with him. Fred had his 13th birthday party at a skating event that I had. Not too long after that, when Fred moved on and his family moved on to the Darby area, you know, I was at his first team dance when he was in 9th grade. When he had his 16th birthday party, I was right there. When he graduated from high school, he had 6 tickets for his graduation. I was one of those 6. His 21st birthday, every milestone that this young man had, I was there.
That's right.
That's the relationship that we had. We didn't always see eye to eye politically, but we love each other. That's my younger brother. He's like a son to me. And he always showed me that he's an independent thinker. No matter what, he could put politics aside, he could put issues aside, and he could love people. He's always shown me that. And so today, I'm here for the young man that I knew at 12 years old, who is now 30 years old. 18 years later, 2/3 of his life later, I'm still here at his milestone events. I love you. I support you. I'm proud of you.
Can we make some noise for Mr. Corey Long? He's been working in the community for decades. Can we make a louder round of applause, please? We appreciate you guys once again. This man doesn't need no introduction, but do we have Delaware in the house? Do we have Delaware in the house? Pastor D, come on.
I met Fred Green in the face of struggle for our people and community, in the face of death and tragedy, specifically the death of Trayvon Martin. And I fancied myself at that time to be the hottest activist on the East Coast. So we were moving people, and we're getting calls from folk like Sharpton and others. We're linking up nationally to create this movement. And I get this call from this brother that sounded more like a radio disc jockey to me at the moment than he did an activist. But he knew my whole portfolio, so he called me up and he spoke to me. When he told me his age, I was horrified because I truly thought I was talking to a peer, both in age and experience. And he said, "Man, I like your work, Pastor D. I've been with you, yeah, brother. I love your work. Let's hook up. We gonna do this." He said, "Now I'm gonna bring my people. You bring your." I'm like, "Whoa, keep on stopping. Where we going?" He's like, I figure we could meet up downtown Wilmington. I'm gonna march my people, and I'm trying to ask people around me, who is Fred Green and who is his people and what are we talking about? And they was like, "Oh, you know, he's a party promoter, he's a slash, he's this, he's that." I'm saying, "Well, where is he from? What is going on?" They said, "If he say he gonna meet you downtown with some people, Pastor D, you better get some people." Because he outgrew us so fast. It's like every time you saw him, he was taller than you, so we were always looking up to him. I met Fred Green in the face of struggle for our people and community, in the face of death and tragedy, specifically the death of Trayvon Martin. And I fancied myself at that time to be the hottest activist on the East Coast. So we were moving people, and we're getting calls from folk like Sharpton and others, we're linking up nationally to create this movement. And I get this call from this brother that sounded more like a radio disc jockey to me at the moment than he did an activist. But he knew my whole portfolio, so he calls me up and he spoke to me. When he told me his age, I was horrified because I truly thought I was talking to a peer, both in age and experience. And he said, man, I like your work, Pastor D. I've been with you, yeah, brother. I love your work. Let's hook up. We gonna do this. He said, now I'm gonna bring my people. You bring your. I'm like, whoa, keep on stopping. Where we going? He was like, I figure we could meet up downtown Wilmington. I'm gonna march my people, and I'm trying to ask people around me, who is Fred Green and who is his people and what are we talking about? And they was like, oh, he's a party promoter. He's a slash. He's this. He's that. I'm saying, well, where is he from? What is going on? They said, if he say he gonna meet you downtown with some people, Pastor D, you gotta get some people. So I started hitting churches and what have you, and we met. True story, in the middle of the street downtown, Rodney Square. Somebody from Delaware know. I look up and I see this brother coming over the hill like in the Malcolm X movie with to the hospital. I see 1,000 young people behind him. He's in front of the line, and guess what? He had a suit on similar to that too. So he was consistent. We met there in the face of that, and by the time his people and my people and our people got together, we had 2,000 people in Rodney Square non-violently standing for justice in the case of Trayvon Martin. I was impressed with him. I was in awe of him. I still did not know him, and I did not know that he had already matured in the art of drafting people into his movement.
All right.
He said, let's hook up again. Let's do this again. And I'm thinking, well, it'll be a while before a movement comes. Okay, Fred, we can do that. I get a call. It had to be less than a month later. I'm prepared now. If he say meet me with my people and your people, this time, Pastor D, this happened in Chester and the violence and what have you, and I need you to come speak in the park. It's gonna be me, you, and my people in the park up in Chester. I show up because I still don't know the magnitude of Fred's commitment to the people. I'm telling you about who you are going to elect here in his love and commitment. I show up to the park. Of course, it's 2,000 of y'all in the park here in Chester. And he wants me on the stage with. I'm in the middle of him and a brother, the little young jock. Yeah, me, Fred, and young jock. I'm on the stage with them. Meet me at the mall. It's going down. You know what I mean? Because there was a young girl needlessly murdered while crossing the street going to the store. Fred Green. The third time, I'd already caught on, Corey, by the time we got to the rec center here with the mayor for education. And I noticed something about Fred. I said, this guy, this brother, can't rest in the ruins.
Come on now.
I'm gonna wind it up, I'm a preacher, so I had to find him in the Bible. He can't rest when stuff is ruined. There's a anointing, we call it in my faith. He carries ability and power, and it's called the Nehemiah.
Yes, come on
Get
now.
ready, Jesse.
Say that.
When you carry it, you can't rest in the ruin. You can't walk over crack vials in your neighborhood and don't have a cleanup organizational committee. That's Fred's anointing. You can't rest in the ruins. Can't say black families are ruined and don't have an affinity and the care and an affection for them and the needs of black families. You can't just rest in the ruins. You can't say murder is high and love is low and do not have a program or a platitude or at least an attitude of care and love for that group of people and target some strategic policing program strategies that rather promote nonviolence on the front side of life than funerals on the back side of life.
Jesus.
You don't rest in the ruins. I said, Fred won't rest in the ruins. So what do? when you go, he's not running because he needs a job. Nehemiah did not run because he needed a job. Notice what he did. He went to the election board. Nehemiah from Chester went to the election board dressed in a suit similar to the one he used to wear when he was young, but I guarantee you it's new. Went to the election board and said, my walls, my city, my home, Penprod, my home lies in ruins. I want to rebuild. I need government, official, approval, sanction, funding, backup. You're not hearing what I'm saying. Nehemiah didn't need the king to do the work he was going to do. He needed the government to provide what was needed for him to do what he wanted to do, which was go back and rebuild his community and his waste because it was ruined. And so anywhere something's ruined in Chester, Nehemiah said, King, why? Here's why I need to be elected. Because I need to be citywide. So Nehemiah came back to Jerusalem in an at-large position. Not just to deal with violence, but to deal with low standards in education.
That's right.
To deal with the practical realities of the reincarceration rate in the city of Chester and how that morphs into the exacerbated crime rate. To deal with it and to care. Not because you need a job, because he already got a job being Fred Green. But because he can't rest in the ruins. I know that Fred won't rest in the ruins. From our relationship, I've been here, I think, 60 some times with the greatest funeral home service I've ever served. And Fred, to serve your families here in Chester, because he won't rest in the room.
Come on now.
I've been here to the Chester Upland schools, helping, brother, I don't remember their names, meeting with them, helping to strategize, organize, and mobilize nonviolence programs in your schools because Fred Green won't rest in the rooms. And now he needs the official sanction. The official budget, the official office, the official standing, the official election of the people that says we elect Fred because he won't rest in the ruins. So will you do that for him? Will you vote for it? Will you work for it? Will you knock on doors? Will you get some unregistered people in the district to register? Will you raise money? No, y'all playing up here. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Will you work for him? Because if you don't, you're resting in the ruins. I love you, Chester, but most of all, I love the idea of Nehemiah's anointing coming to the electoral of the city of Chester. God bless you, God keep you. That's my prayer, y'all. Let's go to work for us.
It is with great pleasure and honor that I officially announce my candidacy for Chester City Council. In 2004, when I was 11 years old, 4-year-old Jemiah Butler was killed in the city of Chester. She was killed on 9th and Tillman. And at the age of 11, I realized that if we have 4-year-olds getting killed in the city, we have a serious problem. And I don't want to be a part of the problem. I want to be a part of the solution. And so what I did at 11, I walked up to 9th and Tillman. I met a lady by the name of Nicole Cogdell. She was with Mothers in Charge. And I said, I want to help. How can I help? She said, grab a sign and start marching. And I've been marching ever since. I've been marching my whole life. Marching to stop the violence. I've been marching on the front lines for peace, for education, for fair funding, and for a better quality of life for all. Over the years, I've ran many campaigns. When I was 14, I ran my first campaign running for Youth Development President in Chatham Estates, formerly known as LD. And what I did was I got flyers together, I campaigned, I knocked on every door, and I gained voting supporters. And because of that, I won the election. And I had a slogan back then. It was, Fred, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. I worked on many campaigns, locally and nationally. And at a young age, I started working to build my resume and build connections. While I was in high school, middle school, I ran for president. And in high school, I won president for Jobs for Delaware Graduates. And that election provided me to meet with the governor and different local and state officials. One of the people I met was, at the time, Secretary of Labor John McMahon. And so when I graduated, the Secretary of Labor called me and he said, if you want a job, I got a job. At the age of 18, I started working for the Department of Labor. I left there and started working for the Social Security Administration. I resigned from the Social Security Administration and started working and was appointed by Mayor Dennis P. Williams in Wilmington as the Executive Director of the Wilmington Youth Leadership Commission. And when I left Wilmington, I came to Chester and started working as a community liaison underneath Mayor Linder and also underneath Mayor Kirkland. Then in 2017, at the age of 25, I decided that young people needed a voice at the table. And I knew there was a desperate need for someone that was young, someone that was energetic, someone that was caring, and someone that cared about the kids and the community. I knew someone like me was needed on the school board. And so I ran for school board. I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless, a champion, and a fighter for the youth. And when I was elected, I made history as the youngest African American sitting school board director in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and one of the youngest in the nation.
Come on.
Since I've been elected to the school board, I've risen to the ranks of vice president. I also sit on the Delaware County Intermediate Unit Board of Directors. I'm on the Chester Stormwater Authority Board of Directors. And I also sit on the Salvation Army Advisory. These positions and the work I've done in this community has prepared me for this role. I'm ready, I'm willing, and I'm qualified to be your next councilman. I believe the time is now to elect a new leader. A leader who is committed, caring, passionate, and someone that is going to work hard every day on behalf of the residents of Chester. But let me make this clear. I cannot promise you the moon and the stars. I can't promise you that change will happen overnight. I can't promise you that soon as I'm elected, everything will change. But I can promise you this. I can promise you that I'll work hard every day on behalf of the residents of Chester. I can promise you that I will always do what's right and what's in the best interest of the residents of Chester. That's it. Nothing else. No political gains, no political showmanship, just what's in the best interest of the residents of Chester. And let me make this clear. I am a man of principles, and I stand on that. I stand on my family's name, and I stand on my name in being someone that will always operate as a man of principles. The residents of Chester, you can trust that I will always do what's right and what is morally grounded in the most ethical way. I'm ready. I'm ready to be your next councilman. I want to do is what I want to restore hope in city government. I want to build and be transparent with the residents and stakeholders of this community. I want to build more recreational opportunities for our youth. I want to build more resources for our seniors, and I want to continue to move Chester forward. I want to build a better Chester, but I can't do it alone. I can't do it without you, without all of you and the residents in this city. We can move Chester. We can make Chester a better place, but I need your help. I need your support. I need you to be there when it's time to get marching. Family and friends, let's make Chester better. Let's build Chester up what it used to be and more. Let's make Chester great. But I can't do it without you. So let's build a better Chester together. I'm Fred Green, and I'm running for city council. Thank you.